Hi there, what's up, everybody, and welcome back for another one of our 1949 games. And we got the game one of a doubleheader here, the Giants of the Braves. And here is Willard Marshall to lead it off, takes a ball, and then he pokes one out to center field over to Russell for the first out. Here comes Sid Gordon. Sid Gordon takes a ball inside, and there's a strike in there on him. 1-1 the count now. And there's one foul back. 1-2 now the count on Sid Gordon, and he hits a little ground ball over to Dark at short, throws over to first to get the out. Here's Whitey Lockman, and there's a strike to him right at the knees. And there's one off speed just inside. 1-1 the count now, and there's one popped up. 1-2 the count now. And there's a little ground ball over to the first baseman, Torgerson. He hits the pitcher covering for the out. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and here is Marv Rickard. Of course, Dave Costello on the mound here for the Giants. 3-0 so far this season. One of the reasons why the Giants are playing so well in the early going. 0-2 pitch now to Marv Rickard, and he strikes on a real big curveball, wiffle ball curveball. Here's Jim Russell, and he fouls one back. 0-1 the count on Russell, and there's one inside. 1-1. There's a little ground ball over to Sid Gordon at short, or at third base, rather. Throws to first for the out. There's two away. Here's Al Dark, and it's an 0-2 count on Dark. And there's one outside for a ball. 1-2 now the count on Dark, and there's one grounded to Lork at first base, or second base, rather. He throws to first base for the out. We go to the top of the second inning. Here's Bobby Thompson, and he rips one to deep left field off the top of the wall, and that's a double for the great Scott. And here comes Johnny Mize, just like that. There's a ground ball over to Stanky at second base, and he grabs it, makes a great play in the hole, and just barely throws out Mize at first. But Thompson moves over to third base, and that brings up Mickey Livingston now. Here, one out is all with a runner on third base, and there's a strike to him, 0-1 the count, and there is a ground ball over to Ryan at third base, and it bounces off of his glove, and that's going to end up being a base hit, and that will, or an error rather, and that will make this game New York 1, Boston nothing. And I just realized as I'm starting here, I don't have everything ready, but everything's ready now. Here's Buddy Kerr, and he takes a pitch inside for a strike, and there is one fouled off. 0-2 now the count on Kerr. There's one line down the third base line, but that is foul. And there is a foul ball into the on-deck circle, and another foul ball. 0-2 still the count, and there's one high. 1-2 now the count. That's inside 2-2. And there's one hit into left field, and that's a base hit. And that brings up runners in first and second now for Jack Lork. Jack Lork is the next man up there. One out only for the Giants. And he's probably going to swing away, and it looks like that is what they're going to call. 1-0 now the count on him. Now it's 1-1, as Lork only hitting 119 this season. He does get the base hit, though, and that scores 1, and it's a 1-0 game here for the Giants. I'm sorry, that doesn't score 1. We end up with runners with the bases loaded. It's been 1-0 for a little while now. This is what happens when you record these games late at night when you're sitting down and you think, oh, wait, I have to do one of these. I need to have something for tomorrow. Dave Costello, now the pitcher, is up there. 5 for 8 this season, which is pretty impressive. 2-0 now the count on him. And there's a fly ball to straightaway center field, and that will score Livingston. Good sacrifice fly. The pitcher gets the RBI. It's 2-0 now Giants. Here's Willard Marshall with 2 outs here. Runners in first and second. And he hits one down the first base line, and that is fair. And Marshall's going to get a triple out of that. 4-0 Giants, and the New York Giants are still continuing to play very, very well in second place, right behind the Pirates. 2 very, very good teams here in 1949 in the early going. And 2-2 now is a count on Sid Gordon, and that's inside now. It's a full count on him. And that's foul back, still full count. And there's a ground ball over to Eddie Stanky at second base, and that goes right through his legs. And it is 5-0 Giants, and this is beginning to get really ridiculous here. 5-0 Giants, and I'm looking at Johnny Sane to try to figure out how many of those runs were earned, but I don't think that at this point we really even care anymore. 5-0, and boy, this is not looking good. And there's a fly ball over to right field. Holmes grabs it for the out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 5-0 Giants. Here's Eddie Stanky now. Takes a ball, and then he hits one over to left field for a base hit. First base hit of the game for the Braves. Let's get him going. Let's get something happening. And there's a hit and run ground ball over to Costello, and he throws over to Mize at first base for the out. That moves Stanky up, and here comes Connie Ryan. Takes one outside for a ball, and there's a breaking ball that misses inside. 2-0 now the count on him. And that's an inside fastball. Full 3-0 now is the count. And there is ball number 4, and Ryan's going to walk over to first base. That brings up Tommy Holmes now. And there's a called strike to Holmes. 0-1 now the count, and there's a breaking ball in there for another strike. 0-2. 1-2 now as that one misses. There's one hit over to Marshall in right field, and he makes the catch, and we are not going to send Stanky. We're not quite that desperate here yet. Bill Salkeld now takes a curveball for a strike. And there's one wide, 1-1 the count now on Salkeld, and he hits a little ground ball over to the shortstop Kerr, flips it to Lork for the out. We go to the top of the third, still 5-0 Giants. Thompson clubs one, and that's going to be another double for Bobby Thompson as he hit that one off the top of the left field wall. Brings up Johnny Mize. Runner on second base just like that. Mize hits one to center field and hits a double, and this like an APBA when you have a runner on second base hit another 6. It's another double. Mickey Livingston now takes the ball, and then a strike. 1-1 the count now on Livingston. 6-0 Giants. It's 2-1 on Livingston. And there's a ground ball through the middle, and that will send Mize to third. Runners on first and third now as the Giants still have nobody out, and here is Buddy Kerr. The bottom of this lineup is not supposed to be this good. 1-0 now the count on Kerr. 1-1 as he fouls one back, and that's high and outside. 2-1 now the count, and there's strike 2 swinging. 2-2. There's a foul ball, still 2-2, and there's strike 3, and Sane finally gets the strikeout, and I probably should be thinking about not having Johnny Sane stay out there much longer. The problem is this is game 1 of a doubleheader, and we don't necessarily want to use the entire bench in the first game. I mean, we're only in the top of the third. The count now is 2-1 on Lork, and there's a double play ground ball that is hit over to a Dark at short. We're going to try for the double play, and we do get it, and that will send us to the bottom of the third. Like trying for those double plays, but as I've said before, as you may remember, we have a problem here in Diamond Mine with too many double plays in 1949, and Johnny Sane gets a base hit. That brings up Marv Rickard, and he takes a strike. 0-1 now the count on Rickard. There's a breaking ball, and that's fouled back. It's 0-2, and there's a curveball wide. 1-2 now the count, and there's a swing and a miss by Rickard. Koslow gets the strikeout, and there's one out here in the bottom of the third, still runner on first base. Jim Russell up there now takes one low and then one high. 2-0 the count on Russell, and there is a shot to right center field that goes by Thompson all the way to the wall. And we are going to send Johnny Sane home and hope that he's able to score, and he is. And it's a 6-1 ball game now, and maybe that's what the Braves need to get them woken up here. Here's Alvin Dark now with Russell on at second base. 1-1 the count, and there's a wild pitch, a little bit too much on that one from Koslow. Now we have a runner on third base. Hey, it could happen. There's a foul ball. 2-2 is now the count, and there's a line drive to left field as Alvin Dark knocks in the run, and it's now 6-2 Giants as the Braves are slowly starting to come back. Here's Eddie Stanky, takes a strike. Hits another foul ball, 0-2 the count, and there's a ball, 1-2 on him, 2-2 now. And there's a changeup that is out of the zone, just flutters out of there, full count now, and that one's outside for the fourth ball and for a walk. Up comes Earl Torgerson, and never say never. And there's a let-up pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 the count, and there's a fastball a little high, 1-1. And there's another wild pitch by Koslow. 2 wild pitches in this inning. There's only one out in the inning. 6-2 Giants. There's ball 3 to Torgerson. We'll have him take, and he takes ball 4, and they walk the bases loaded. And this really could be a big inning for the Braves. See if they can come back. Connie Ryan now fouls one back and gets the base hit over to center field. And we're going to try to see if we can't score 2. Get 2 for the price of 1. And Stanky ends up being thrown out of the plate, and is now a 6-3 ball game. So it's not quite yet total comeback territory. Runners on first and third, though. Only 2 outs here. 3 runs in the inning for the Braves. 6-3, the Giants have the lead. And here comes Tommy Holmes, and he hits a ground ball through the infield for a base hit. And we have runners on first and third again. 6-4 now. And here comes Bill Salkeld, and they have to be close to batting around here if we haven't already done it. 0-1 now the count on Salkeld, and he hits one to Lockman in left field for the out, and we go to the top of the 4th inning. Here's Dave Koslow, and there's a big strike, a big curveball by Johnny Sane, and then a breaking ball is high. 1-1 now the count on Koslow, and he swings and misses. 1-2 is now the count, and there's one inside. 2-2 now, and there's strike 3 on the outside corner, and Sane gets the strikeout, second of the game, and here comes Willard Marshall. There's a changeup in there for a strike, 0-1, and there's a ground ball over to Stanky, and he drops it. That's the 3rd error of the ball game in Boston, and this is just becoming embarrassing out there. We may need to change quite a few players here before this one's over. And speaking of embarrassment, here Sid Gordon hits a little pop-up over to shallow left field. We have Dark and Rickard running after it, and they wind up colliding with each other. And that is error number 4 of the ballgame for the Braves. And that means that now with 1 out, the Giants have runners on first and second, and are once again in danger of scoring. And it's not even that Sane has necessarily pitched poorly. This is pretty bad feeling. 4 errors in this one by Boston. There's a strike to Whitey Lockman, and there is an infield hit for Lockman as that one was hit. Who was that hit to? Hit over to Eddie Stanky, who is making yet another bad play. Can't make the simple play to first base despite getting that ball and preventing it from going out of the infield. And so, as a result of all this, we have the bases loaded here for the Giants with only 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. 6-4 Giants so far. And here's Bobby Thompson, who has 2 big extra base hits so far in this one. 1-1 the count now on the Great Scott. And there's a changeup that bounces in there for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. And there's one fouled away. It's 2-2. And Thompson holds up, takes ball 3. Full count now on him. And there's ball 4 inside, and Sane has walked in the run, and that really probably has got to be it for Johnny Sane. He's the leadoff hitter in the next inning. We'll let him get through the 4th, unless it gets really bad. There's a ground ball over to Stanky, and he flips over to Dark for 1, but we can't get the double play, and that scores a run as Mize beats it out. Now it's 8-4. Here's Mickey Livingston now, and there's a ball inside on him, and ball 2 on him. 2-0 now the count. And that's inside for ball 3, and Sane's just falling apart. And there's one finally in there for a strike, 3-1 the count. And there's one fouled back, full count. And Sane loads the bases. That one is low and inside to Livingston. And here comes Buddy Kerr with the bases loaded. I think he was up here with the bases loaded last time too. 0-1 now the count on him, and it's 1-1 as that one misses. Kerr swings through the next pitch, 1-2 now the count. And that's high and outside, 2-2. And there's one outside in the dirt, full count now again. And there's another error. This is an error by Torgerson at first base as that ball was hit right to him, and he just boots it. 5 errors in this ball game for the Boston Braves. This is ridiculous. Jack Lork up there swings and misses for a strike, and there's a passed ball now charged on Salkeld. It's 10-4 now, and there's ball 2. Now, we can't really replace the catcher because our catcher's tired. And there's a little floater up the middle, and this game is getting out of hand. Giants will score 2 with that one, 12-4, 6 runs in the inning. We're taking Sane out as soon as we get to the bottom of the 4th as Dave Koslow is up there. And there's a little fly ball over to left field. Holmes makes the play, and this one is pretty much done for us. I'm not seeing any way back or around this. We're going to put Elliott in there as a pinch hitter for the pitcher. 12-4 Giants, and Elliott, let's see what Bob can do. 1-1 now the count on Bob Elliott, and he hits one a ton, but that one ends up being foul on the left-hand side, and there's strike 3 to him. He strikes out. Here comes Marv Rickard. Rickard takes a fastball in there for a strike, and fouls one off. 0-2 the count on him, and now it's 1-2. And there's a little ground ball over to Mize at first base, and he flips over to Koslow for the out, 2 away, and here's Jim Russell. And there's a strike in the inside corner to him, 0-1 the count, and another strike in there, 0-2. And there's a line drive to left, but foul. 0-2 still. And then there's a little ground ball over to Mize at first base, and he does it himself for the out. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. And I'm thinking too much about who I'm going to put in there, not thinking about what inning it is. We're going to put this Clyde Schoen in, and the only reason why we're putting him in is because we can. We'll put him in place of Russell. We're going to have Elliott, who wants to be a third baseman, go play at third. And what do we need here? We need a center fielder. We're going to put Pete Reeser in center. Let's see what else we need, huh? We don't want to put everybody necessarily in all at once. We have him as another outfielder. We have this Don Thompson as well who can play in right. So let's go ahead and put Thompson in here in right just so that we can have him there. That gives us 1, 2, 3 potential pinch hitters. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Top of the 5th inning, and this game is garbage time. Let's put it that way. Here's Willard Marshall, takes a strike rather, and then it doesn't really matter either way because he hits one deep, and that is deep to right field and out of here, and it's 13-4 now Giants. Sid Gordon now, and he hits one over to the right side, over to Schoen. He throws over to first for the out, 1 away, and here's Whitey Lockman. There's a strike in the inside corner, 0-1 the count, and there's a ground ball over to Stanky at second, throws to first for the out, 2 away, and here's Bobby Thompson now, takes a strike, and swings and misses on the breaking ball, 0-2 now the count on Thompson, and there's strike 3, and so at least one guy knows how to get Bobby Thompson out, go to the bottom of the 5th. Now, Schoen, I know, only had 1 inning pitched in real life, but we'll keep him in there if we have to. 2-1 now the count on Alvin Dark, leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 5th is 2-2 on him now. And there's one fouled off the thumbs, and it's still 2-2. Little ground ball over to Lork at second, throws over to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Eddie Stanky. There's a strike to Eddie, 0-1. There's one foul back. 0-2 now the count on Eddie Stanky, and he holds up on that one barely. It's 1-2. And there's one high 2-2. And still 2-2. Stinky fouls another one off. And there's a little pop up, and it's over to Sid Gordon, third baseman, makes the play 2 away. And there's a strike to the next hitter, Earl Torgerson, as we try to hurry this up. Little foul ball by Torgerson, 0-2 here now on him. And then there's a ground ball over to first base. Mize does it himself. We go to the top of the 6th. As I said, Schoen stays out there and gives up a little bloop single over to Mize because Stanky and Thompson can't figure out who's doing what. Runner on first base now, and here's Mickey Livingston, who takes a ball, 1-0 now, and it's 1-1 as that one's fouled back, and that one's high, 2-1 the count now. There's one line to right center field, and that's going to be a double for Livingston, sends Mize over to third base. Schoen will probably come up not in the next inning, but the inning after. So we'll give him a little bit of time here, see what he can do. But if he gets shelled here, we're going to take him out. Ball 1 there to Buddy Kerr. Now ball 2. And there's a little curveball popped up, 2-1 now the count on Kerr. And there's one fouled off, 2-2. And another one fouled back, still 2-2. And there's a base hit that skips off the mound. And it's 14-4 now, Giants. I guess we'll give him one more, see if he can get Jack Lork out, see if we can get 2 out of this. There's a little ground ball to Schoen to second for 1, back to first for 2. There's the double play, and here comes the pitcher, Costello, who was 0 for 2 today, but with the run batted in. 0-2 the count on Costello. And swing, and that one's fouled back. Still 0-2. That's inside, but hit for a foul. 1-2 now the count, and there is one low and away for strike 3, and Braves able to get out of that inning, only with 1 run given up. Here comes Pete Reeser. Pete takes a strike, 0-1 the count, fouls one off. It's 0-2 on him. There's a little swinging bunt over the right-hand side, and Costello slips and almost misses it, and then finally fires to first base, gets him just in time. Here comes Don Thompson. 1 away here, bottom of the 6th inning, and it's a 1-1 count now on Thompson. There's one hit over to the left side, and Kerr has it over at short, throws to first base for the out, 2 away, and here's Bill Salkeld, and he takes a strike, 0-1 the count on him, and a ball. 1-1 now the count on Bill, and foul ball, 1-2 now the count, and it's 2-2. And they get him looking, strike 3, get him, catch him standing there just like the house by the side of the road. Here's Willard Marshall now, top of the 7th inning. 1-0 the count on Marshall, 2-0 now, takes 2 straight balls. And there's a fly ball over to Thompson in right field for the out, 1 away. And here's Sid Gordon. There's a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. There's a ground ball to Dark at short, makes the play at first, 2 away. Here's Whitey Lockman, fouls one back, 0-1. And that one's upstairs for a ball. 1-1 now the count. 1-2 as he swings and misses at 1. And there's one hit over to Rickard in left field for a base hit, number 14 for the Giants. Here's Bobby Thompson, and it's always dangerous when this guy comes up. 1-1 now the count on Thompson, who struck out last time that he was up there against Schoen. 2-1 now is the count. And there's a line drive into right field for a base hit and for another double, third double that game for Thompson. Here comes Johnny Mize. I'm leaving Schoen in. We'll take him out in the next inning when he comes up to hit. 2-0 now the count on Mize, and it's 2-1. He's tired, you can tell. 3-1 now the count. And there is a double for Mize. We may have to take this guy out early, actually. 16-4 is the score. And let's see what we can do here. So we can't really replace the catcher, and the reason why is because our only catcher is Macy, who's too tired to continue. I kind of wanted to use this first baseman, but it doesn't really make too much sense to have him in. We also have Sivi Sisti, who can play just about any position except for catcher, which is kind of what we would need. We don't want to replace the right fielder or the center fielder. My guess is that what we're going to do is we're just going to replace the pitcher. We'll put Beasley, I think, in there, see what he can do. And then assuming we finally out of this inning, get the final out, then we're going to make a switch again when he comes up. Walker Cooper is the pinch hitter, who I think I was trying to rest because I think he's also tired. This is where the computer doesn't always cooperate, and it's an 0-2 count on Cooper. And there's a ball, 1-2 now the count on him, and that's hit into right center field. And Thompson goes back and gets that one in right field. And so we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, only 16-4. We can still get this one. And there's a foul ball by Bob Elliott that looked like it might be a home run, but too far to the side. 1-1 now the count on him. And there's a bad pitch that's in the dirt, 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2 now the count, and that misses high. Full count now on Elliott, and he swings and misses, and there's strike 3. And here's Marv Rickert with 1 out. Swings and misses on Coastal's first pitch, and there's another strike in there, 0-2. And he strikes out on another swing and a miss, and yet another strikeout in this one. And who are we going to put in? How is this going to work? All right, I think that what we're going to do is we're going to put in Constanter, and he'll probably take Rickard's place is what I'm guessing, unless he gets a hit. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. Clint Constanter there takes the ball and then hits a little pop-up to second baseman, and that does it. And so Constanter now is going to be the left fielder. We're going to go ahead and put, I don't know who we're going to use. We'll put Red Barrett in there as our pitcher. And we're going to make another change. I think we're going to put in Lakeman in here for Torgerson at first base, and that gives us Sibby Sisti is the only one who hasn't shown up yet into the game. That gives us another pinch hitter just in case we need it. And there's a foul ball over to Constanter in left field that's hit off the bat of Kerr, and he's the first out here in the top of the 8th. And here is Jack Lork, and he will get a triple, hitting that one to the gap in right center field. And here comes Dave Costello. No hits in the ball game for him, and there's a ball to Costello, 1-0 the count. And there's another ball, 2-0 now on him. And Costello hits a deep fly to right field over to Thompson and gets the sacrifice fly. I guess you can call it a sacrifice here. Now the score is 17-4. A little bit ridiculous, huh? I wonder what they're going to say about the WPA for this game when it hits Baseball Reference. 0-1 now is the count on Mueller. Now it's 0-2 as he takes another strike. And there's a ball that falls low, and 1-2 is now the count. And he swings and misses here at the next pitch and strikes out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Al Dark. Fouls one back, 0-1 now the count, and hits a little ground ball over to Lork at second base for the first out. Here comes Eddie Stinky now. Takes one inside and low, 1-0 the count on Eddie. There's another curveball low, 2-0, and he hits one over to third base. Gordon grabs it, throws to first for the out, 2 away. Al Lakeman now, and he swings and misses for a strike, and then hits one over to Lockman left field for the out. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Sid Gordon is replaced by Bert Haas as a pinch hitter, and he hits one to left field to Constanter for the first out, and here's Whitey Lockman. And there's a ball inside to Lockman. He hits a ground ball over to Al Dark at short and throws to first for the out. 2 away. Here's Bobby Thompson. Thompson fouls one back. 0-1 now the count on the Great Scott, and swings and misses. 0-2. He hits a foul ball. 0-2, and there's a strikeout in on the fist, and Thompson just stands there and looks at it go by. Go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's Pete Reeser. He hits one up the middle off the mound, up there for a base hit. What a clutch base hit in this one. You know that will be important. Here's Don Thompson with 2 strikes on him, 0-2 the count now. Double play ground ball over to third base, 5-4-3 on the double play, and that's one of those that really makes me suspect that the double play totals may be a little bit exaggerated here. And you're getting the clutch double play in this situation. Salkeld hits a fly ball, pop fly over to Haas, the third baseman, who gets it for the out, and that ends the inning, and that ends this ball game. Giants win 17-4. Not much excitement in this one, but it's always fun to play these games, right? We should count our blessings. And that's the end of this one. Now, I will bring you game 2 of the doubleheader, so look out for that one as well, because despite the fact that the Giants totally dominated this, the Braves are still sort of in the pennant race, and we don't want to completely forget about them yet. And, of course, as long as the Giants are playing well, we want to see what they're doing. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll be back with more tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.